Students, I'm coming to you from a discreet location here in Harris Intermediate. Some of you might recognize it, some of you might not. Students, when you first registered for school, your parents had to read over and sign the student handbook. And I know we have our 3 school rules: to be safe, to be respectful, and to be responsible, and those kind of cover everything. But there are a few specific rules, just like in the world, there are specific tools. Certain tools I'd use a hammer for, certain tools I'd use this hammer for, certain tools I'd use these saws for. Every single thing has specifics. Okay? But these are all tools, like we have a bunch of rules. Well, let's talk about a couple specific rules that our school has and policies. One of those is the use of cell phones. Every one of us has a cell phone that we use as a tool in our world. I saw a really great article recently, though, that once in a while it's really healthy for you to disconnect and check out on that. So when it's time to learn, just like we talked about being responsible, when it's time to learn, being where we're supposed to be, it's time to learn. It's not time to be every 2 seconds, bing, 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 be checking my phone, be checking my, whoever's texting me or whatever. So just to be very clear, our school rule on cell phones is this: they're to be powered down at all times. Now you can use them before school, after school, no questions asked. And if you need to use those, at the last 5 minutes of the class period, your teachers can send you to the office in an area where you can use that phone. Or during lunch, you can come down in the office only. Other than that, they need to be powered down. Now, if you've got an emergency or a special situation going on at home, communicate with your teacher. We'll be sensitive to that. They'll send you to the office and you can go there. But if a teacher sees a phone out as far as it goes, now the first week of school, a kid might have one on their schedule and they're looking at it, they took a picture, I get that. But we know the difference when you're using your phones and you shouldn't be. So once this week of schedules is over, we shouldn't see those phones out. Especially this, students. Anyone taking a photograph or a video of anybody here in our school, anywhere, their parents will come in and those privileges of their phone will be revoked. Revoked is a fancy word for you can't use it anymore here at school. So the first time that happens, let's talk about that. So, oh shoot, I'm such a habit, I used it. My teacher, I said, hey, I need that phone. Phone gets sent to the office. We have a little thing called phone jail. It goes there. And then you get it back at the end of the day, no questions asked. Second time that happens, though, we do have a parent has to come in and pick up the phone. Third time, the parent needs to, that you have to have your phone taken away. Then the parent has to come in, have a conversation with principal and or vice principal, and then we can get the phone back. After that, we may just discuss maybe that phone is going to have to be revoked. So the rule is, when in class, power it off. Thank you. Along with electronics, sometimes we have some small portable speakers. Those aren't allowed here at school. Also, earbuds. Earbuds are not to be worn at school. Let me tell you why. When you have an earbud in, you don't hear your teachers. It's a safety issue. It's a learning issue. Back to that, what I said at the beginning, it's time to disconnect. And what I want you to do is just learn to disconnect from technology. I love technology too, and I use it when it's appropriate. Disconnect from the technology when you need to learn. When your mind's always thinking about the phone in your pocket, you're not thinking about the learning you need to do. Remember, you got one shot to be a 6th grader, one shot to be a 7th grader. Disconnect for a few minutes each day to learn, and let's get it done. So, let's talk dress code for a minute. We've changed our dress code just a little bit over the years. We've actually gotten a little bit more, I don't know if relaxed is the right word, or we've got a little more accepting of those different things. But our dress code is very simple, and here it is. Your underwear can't show. Your belly can't show. I did see 2 shirts today that had some belly shown. First day of school, but from now on, we will have you change and correct that. Can't show, your stomach can't show, and your underwear can't show. So if you've got a little tiny tank top on that might be showing underwear, or boys, if you've got pants that are sagging and hanging down and we're seeing underwear, those aren't allowed. So it's pretty clear. Our dress code is very, very, very clear. Can't show stomachs, can't show underwear. And the shirts can't have any foul or offensive or put down messages on them for other people. So that's dress code. Oh, also, one last thing, hoodies. You can wear your hoodies. Everybody, my son loves hoodies. I love hoodies. But we just don't want you to have the hoods on when you're inside the building. If you're outside and it's cold, great. Wear your hoodie. But inside the building, when you're in your learning environment, we want that hoodie to be off because we can't see that you have your earbuds on, and you probably do with the hood on. Or we can't see your face, and we want to see the beautiful eyes that you have there so we know what's going on. Okay, sounds good. Also, hats are allowed to be worn in our school as long as they're not a problem. As long as they don't cause attitude or other issues, you can wear your hat in our school. And lastly, we want to talk about 2 final things. One is mistreating other people. Never do you have the right, students, to ever mistreat another person into our school. We will come down very severe on students this year if they choose to mistreat other students at our school. It can't happen here. We don't mistreat students here at our school. Because I don't want to be mistreated. You don't want to be mistreated. We're all amazing people. No one wants to be mistreated. And lastly, how we speak and what we speak goes back to that respect, using words and language that's appropriate. Let me talk about a specific kind of language that can't happen in our school. Using the N-word or any racial words are not okay at our school, to put down anybody as far as race, gender or ethnicity or religion or anything. We don't use words like the N-word or other words that put people down in our school here at Harris. We just don't do that. So we're going to ask you to make sure your language is appropriate. Now think about this too. Teachers, maybe you can talk to your kids about this. Sometimes language might be okay when you're at your home or other places, but in professional places like a school, like a business, other places, we have to be conscious that other people around us may not want to hear those words. If you're okay with some words and your parents are there and your friends are there and you're outside of a school setting or a job setting, maybe those words might be words you would use. But in a setting like business or school, those words would not be appropriate because they would be harmful or put down or offensive to other people. And we want to learn to be respectful to other people. So, by the way, tomorrow, we're going to talk about some positive things when you're caught doing them right and when you're doing the great things that we've talked about here at school. So, have a great day. See you soon.